Good morning, everyone. It is now exactly 10 o'clock here on your Saturday. It is the 6th day of December. Bill Stevens with you here at Studio Control, getting ready for our live broadcast and video stream of the Henderson Downtown Merchants Shrine Club Christmas Parade. I can tell you that the weather is cooperating, thank goodness, not like last year when we had to postpone and actually cancel the parade because of the inclement weather. So everything is on for today. Let's take a quick look at that forecast for you today. In fact, temperatures much milder than what they have been. Look for a high of near 49 degrees. It looks like the rain chances are gone. It's still going to be overcast. We've seen actually a little bit of sun earlier, and it's going to be breezy. So dress accordingly as you're coming down for this year's Henderson Christmas Parade, getting underway as we speak there at 4th and Main Streets. And we're going to go live here in just a second to our own Nibby Priest and Megan Mortis from Vaughn Insurance Company. They're going to be your host for our live coverage here on 86 WSON. AJ Casey manning the cameras. We have a little technical glitch. We're going to get that taken care of here in just a second as far as some of the audio. But in any case, we will have this coming your way, brought to you by your friends at Square Yard Carpet, also Colonial Assisted Living, and your friends at Vaughn Insurance. And so now let's bring you up to date with all the very latest from the parade route as the parade just about ready to get underway as we go to our Megan Mortis and Nibby Priest. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. My name is Megan Mortis. I'm here live at the Henderson Christmas Parade.
And I'm Nibby Priest from the 300 block of North Main Street in beautiful downtown Henderson as we see the parade in progress right now. Our county magistrates are just going by, and our illustrious Senator Dorsey Ridley in a beautiful red Merry Christmas Sportster.
And here's Mayor Austin waving. I think he sees us here, Nibby, giving us a wave.
Hello, Mayor Austin.
But it's certainly lots of smiles out here and lots of people here at the Christmas parade this year.
Absolutely. We know a lot of pictures are being taken today and are being posted to various forms of social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Use the hashtag HKY Parade, and you can aggregate all the photos that are being taken in this parade this year.
Starting off the parade, we saw the Henderson City Color Guard and the Dare Car, as well as the Henderson County Sheriff and the Kentucky State Police.
Commissioners Robbie Mills and newly elected Commissioner Jesse Johnson just went by in a really cool Ford Mustang Cobra.
And we already see they're waving here. There we go. Lots of people out enjoying the Henderson County Parade. And there's lots of community Christmas events happening this year. And after the parade, we'll be joined, Santa will be at the parade, and they'll be lighting the Christmas tree at Central Park.
Family Court Judge Sheila Nunley Ferris and her daughter just walked by, accompanied by her dog. Beautiful little.
A cute little dog.
We have Ruth London with our circuit court clerk here in Henderson County. She does a wonderful job in managing a beautiful staff there. County Court Clerk Renisa Abner, and must be the thing this year, Megan, to bring your dog with you to the parade.
I think so. It's better to have them in the float rather than out here, the spectators, though. Yeah. Definitely.
Sheriff Ed Brady and his wife are just going by. You never see a Henderson County Sheriff car dirty. They always sparkle. And our ambulance service with Bruce Farmer, and probably a grandchild with Bruce today.
It is. They're there smiling and waving.
We hope we don't need any of their services today.
I hope not.
But they're always available to us when we need them. We're quite appreciative of the ambulance service that we have here in Henderson County.
And what a way to start off the parade with all of our elected officials and the state police and everyone to really help kick off the parade and kick off this Henderson holiday season. And here we have our Henderson JROTC marching here in the parade. Lots of students participate this at Henderson County High School.
They're also professional looking and dressed perfectly in their uniforms.
That's right. They are here marching, and they have the American flag and the Kentucky state flag. And this program has certainly grown in the past several years at Henderson County High School, and what a great job. And they've won several awards as well. So congratulations.
Megan, how many would you estimate are a part of that here in Henderson County? I would say there's probably about 50 of our youth, and no, there's more than
There's
that.
more. They keep coming.
Yeah, it looks like there's over 100.
We can see them all. I would say definitely over 100 in that program. So fantastic job.
If you're by the parade route, we encourage
keep
you.
coming.
Oh my goodness! I think
we take back our number there.
I think they have 200.
Take back our number.
We are broadcasting live here from the pop-up WSON studio at 315 North Main Street, the home of Vaughn Insurance. If you're walking by, be sure to walk by our big window here and say hello to us.
And say hello and give us a wave.
Absolutely.
And here we have our homecoming queen, Mr. and Miss Senior. Abby Payne is the homecoming queen. I think I need to check my glasses on some of those names. And Mr. and Miss Junior.
If Laura Peck, the Downtown Henderson Partnership Events Coordinator, is around, come by and say hello to us, Laura, and tell us what's going on in downtown next week and during the Christmas season. We'd like to hear from you.
Here we have the HCHS FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, and their Christmas float. And congratulations, they placed number 5 in the contest of floats, and they have a lovely, oh Nibby, look, they have their dogs too.
And look at the bubbles in the bathtub. Balloons as bubbles. How cool. Yes, there's being some candy delivered. I asked this morning on Facebook what are some of the best memories of a Christmas parade, and one person told me that it was raining candy in downtown Henderson.
And next is the Independence Bank float, which I have to say is one of my favorite because they are doing the Frozen themed movie for the theme of their float, and it is fantastic.
Next up is the Henderson County High School Marching Band. And their flag people are all dressed in red velvet Santa-like suits and red flags.
The Henderson County Brigade and Guard has been a tradition of the parade for many years, and I remember Nibby I used to play percussion, so I was here in the back doing either the drums or the cymbals there, but they have certainly a wonderful job every year in the Christmas parade.
No parade would be complete without the marching band. I heard them early this morning getting ready, and one of the things that you hear is those drums that you were talking about, Megan.
That's right. And behind the Brigade and Guard in the band is the HCHS dance team. They're with their white pom-poms there, and they look like they're having a lot of fun, as well as the step team. Is that a pirate ship?
It looks like it. You know, no parade would be complete without the Shriners. And this next float, I believe, is coming up, is a Shriners float. But actually, we have the equipment van that usually accompanies the Colonel Brigade and Guard. It's not the Shriners. My window is not big enough. We have just a little bit of lag time here. Let's talk about some.
That's right, Nibby. And I think certainly today something we can bring up, there's going to be a holiday event, the Journey to Bethlehem, presented by Cairo United Methodist Church, and that is from 1 to 5 p.m. Today and tomorrow. And you can travel back in time and experience Bethlehem, become part of the story, and that is today and tomorrow at Cairo United Methodist Church, Journey to Bethlehem.
We have more students from Henderson County High School. Looks like we have here the class officers. Actually, it's the high school class officers.
That's right. They're standing in front of their sign there, but that's great to see so many of them participating in the Henderson County Christmas Parade. Oh, look, Nibby, that she's waving at us right there in the red Audubon Chrysler Jeep. Here is the Shriners.
Complete with the animals in character, and cotton candy is being sold up and down the parade route. the Shriners do such a great job in helping those that need their help in our area. And this parade they've been a part of it for as long as I can remember.
Did you go to the circus this year and check that out?
I didn't go to the circus this year, but I have gone in past, and something is going to come up here in a few minutes, Megan, that I remember from going to the circuses of my past. The Hottie Funsters and their car that dumps everybody.
Oh, isn't
it is
that
my
fun?
favorite.
Is my fun. I went this year, and it's been several years since I've been, and it was just a great show and a great performance. And we have that's the Cat in the Hat there, shaking hands with the kids.
That looks like it's from the Fall Festival. A character from the Evansville Fall Festival came over here today.
From the West Side Nut Club. Another event today that we want to remind you all about is there's a monthly meeting of the General Samuel Hopkins Chapter, National Society of the Daughters of American Revolution. It'll be today at noon at Golden Corral about the heritage of quilts. And certainly here in Kentucky, we certainly celebrate the heritage of quilts.
And we still have more Shriners coming down the parade route.
And they're from Madisonville, this group of Shriners. And I hope I don't mispronounce that, Nibby. Do you think it's Riz Paul Shriners?
You know, I was kind of staying away from that term, Megan, because I was a little bit concerned that I might say it
And
incorrectly.
I went for it, so we'll hopefully I said it correctly there.
Good job, Megan. Okay, we're starting out. There's one of the clowns that are usually a part of the Shriners Circus.
He's waving.
That looks like it could have possibly been a dump car of the past.
So it's a retired car. And there's Miss Kentucky, Ramsey Carpenter from Ohio County, not too far away here from Henderson County. And she did a spectacular job this year as Miss Kentucky in competing in the Miss United States. So that's Ramsey Carpenter. I think I see SpongeBob coming up. And a Sphinx, an Egyptian Sphinx. So fantastic parade here. And just want to remind everybody that next Saturday there's a Ranger Run 5K and walk, and that's at Audubon State Park. It'll start at 9 a.m. You can still register for that. It is $25, and I have to say, Nibby, it's a lot of fun being outdoors in the woods area there at Audubon State Park, and I love the T-shirt. It always has either a reindeer or something festive, and so when you're participating in a 5K, you know, I love getting the shirt. So just a fantastic time, and that's 9 a.m. next weekend.
Great. Breakfast this Santa was this morning at St. Paul's. I was disappointed I didn't get to go down there this morning. That's definitely a start to my Christmas time, is to take part in that. Greg was able to go down and take a part of that. He also made several pictures of the parade route before it started and posted them to Facebook. I want to encourage everybody to use the hashtag HKYParade so we can see all of your pictures that you took. Wow, our weather today is just perfect parade weather. Compared to last year, like we said earlier, Henderson is definitely in the parade mode today.
And lots of people lining up. They were lining up maybe as early as 8:30 this morning to get their spot, 8:39. I know you had some folks out here setting their chairs up, and they're just ready to view the parade, and so much fun. And we do want to remind everyone that the Salvation Army is still in need of bell ringers this holiday season. So if you can give an hour or two of your time to donate to the Salvation Army, contact their office, and they will sign you up to volunteer.
Great. We have another band coming up, and it is the Hottie Shrine Band. They lead off with percussion instruments and some trumpets.
And you know, they're volunteering their time to this, and we see so many Shriners, and isn't that just wonderful that they're giving back to their community?
Yes. You know, it's a busy day because not only do we have a parade today, but there is another parade going on today as well. The Clay Parade is tonight at 6 p.m., and the Tell City Parade is at 6 p.m. this evening. And a lot of these people that are participating in our parade today, they're going on and doing another parade. So it's a busy day for a lot of these Shriners.
And there's the little cars out here that they look like almost like go-karts, but I don't know if they go that fast. They might. There they go.
They really get into riding in those cars and doing the little circle eights. This is a favorite of mine.
Yes, and nothing says a circus like their organ there. And I know you play the organ, so what a fantastic tradition the Haughty Shriners have.
Wow.
Oh,
And here it is, without a doubt. My favorite part of the Christmas parade and the Shriners Circus is the Haughty Funsters and their dumping car is what I call it. Now, if he falls out right here in front of us, I will laugh.
Oh, he should have.
He's just waving today.
He's just waving. And this is actually one of my favorites I saw at the circus last week. The little doll.
And the monkey.
And the monkey, yes.
Falling behind.
The golf cart there with the clowns. And, you know, nothing says a Christmas parade like your clowns, that's for sure. Out there entertaining the crowd.
We have another street vendor. Not only do we have candy, cotton candy, we have some other novelty items that people can purchase along the parade route. We see the organizer of the parade trying to encourage the floats to come on, because there's a little bit of gap of time here, but they are making it down Main Street.
It looks like he's also directing the crowd here to be careful and mindful of the floats as well.
Absolutely.
And that's it. You want to be practice safety, whether you're in the parade or as a spectator with any kind of parade or function. And that is a SS Mariner steamboat, looks like. And I know we love the steamboat here in Henderson when it comes to town.
Henderson definitely turns out whenever we have a riverboat come to our riverfront.
And on their float is the character from Monsters, Inc., Monsters University there. But there's so much, and there's the hospital transport, and really that's what the Shriners are about, are the services and volunteer works they do for the local children in the local hospitals. And there's Big Bird. Oh, he's waving my niece. There's Sophia. I would remind people that the holidays is the season of giving, and we talked about the Salvation Army, but really there's an angel tree at Walmart, Nibby, and there are still lots of angels that need to be adopted or taken off the tree, and presents and gifts bought for those folks on the angel tree.
I want to remind everyone, too, that the Henderson County American Cancer Society Homes for the Holiday Home Tour will be on Saturday, December the 13th from 11 to 3 p.m., and tickets are available.
And there is the Girl Scout Brownie Troop there, number 4673, who placed number 6 in this year's Christmas parade. And they were cute, and they certainly looked like a little gingerbread house and little brownies there.
It's just around the corner when we'll start selling cookies for the Girl Scouts and Brownies this year. Do you know what's new about the cookie sales this year?
I don't. Do you know? What's your favorite cookie, too?
They're going to be selling their cookies online. That is going to be a new thing for the Girl Scouts to do this year.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Now, do you like the Thin Mints, or what's your favorite?
I just like cookies. Actually, right today I'm on what they call the cookie patch. That means if I eat any cookies, I get sick.
Oh.
But I will remove the patch whenever Girl Scout cookies come.
You'll do that?
Absolutely.
After the brownies, we saw the Tri-County Council of Labor, as well as the Craze softball team. And there's the Craze softball team right there waving. And sports, we certainly have a lot of support for sports here in Henderson at our baseball and football and basketball.
Next up, we have St. John's Lodge.
That's the Henderson Masonic Lodge there, waving their float. You have such a perfect view here, Nibby, from the office here of the parade. It's fantastic.
I tell you what, about any view you have of downtown Henderson, in my eyes, is good, Megan.
Absolutely.
But there's nothing like living downtown and being downtown.
And certainly the folks are out here enjoying it. We're getting a signal here from our tech person, AJ Casey, so he'll fill us in. But here is the HCHS baseball team float, and they were number 3 this year, Nibby, in the contest of floats.
Wow.
And I know, I love their tree on the back there with the baseballs on it.
Actually, they have the Colonel mascot on the back of their float as well.
That always seemed like fun, to be the mascot of a sports team, cheer the crowd up there.
We have distinguished young woman Morgan book. She's actually riding in a
What-
historic vehicle.
I was going to say, that looks very Downton Abbey-like. This distinguished young program woman has been around for several years in Henderson, and I was participating in that when I was in high school, and really a great opportunity.
It's a great program. I've had the privilege a couple of years as to work with some coaching with that, and they've changed their name. It used to be
Yes, Junior Miss when I was
and
competing.
Now it's referred to as Distinguished Young Women. Margaret Norman Eberhard has been an integral part of that program for many years, and her sister and her mother.
Here's the West Side Nut Club. You talked about the Fall Festival earlier, and that is such a fun event every year. And they're pulling it. There's Scooby-Doo and Elmo on that. What's your favorite thing at the Fall Festival?
Probably my favorite thing at the Fall Festival is watching the people.
And they have a huge crowd. I think with the Fall Festival in Evansville, it's the longevity. It's all week, you know.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking that is a lot of manpower, a lot of volunteers to get that festival keep going continuously.
One of the largest festivals in this part of the country.
As a street festival, I believe you're correct. That is right. But we have some wonderful things here in Henderson as well happening this holiday season. We have the best Christmas pageant ever, Nibby, which I am co-directing that and having a great time. Lots of first-time young people, and it's about a book. And speaking of books, there's the bookmobile.
Bookmobile. Our library is just doing great things here in Henderson. The coolest thing they've done this week is they've painted their windows.
Yes, I saw that.
It's really a neat way to involve our youth and art in our
Absolutely.
downtown community. Essie and her staff are doing a great job down there. Mallory, the new public relations person with the library, has really brought a lot of energy to our library in our downtown.
That's right. And here we have, I believe it is the middle school band coming up, South Middle School, which I was in the South Middle School band too. So I went to that, and then I went to the Henderson County. I did. I was in percussion. I remember one year I was playing here, and it was snowing, and it was so cold. And I thought, I'm going to drop that drumstick any minute.
Now, can percussion drum people play with gloves on?
No.
You have to play.
I mean, I never did. So maybe you can do the ones with the fingerless gloves, but I've never seen that. But
Look, they have fingerless gloves on.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So maybe we just didn't have those when I was around. And there's South's mascot, the bulldog, waving to the crowd. No, percussion, they don't have their gloves on, so.
Randy Wilkerson does such a great job with the band program at South Junior High.
They are doing a fantastic job there. I do want to mention we want to thank our sponsors this morning, and certainly thank you all for sponsoring. But our friends at Square Yard Carpet hope the holiday season brings you health and happiness, and take the opportunity to enjoy the treasures of close family and friends. Merry Christmas from Square Yard Carpet.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that sponsorship. South Middle School says they're a distinguished school on the side of their float.
96th percentile in the state. They are at the top, and a fantastic float there to celebrate their success.
We're so proud of our schools here in Henderson County.
And they have lots of programs coming up. The high schools and the middle schools both will have choir and band programs that will be featured in the upcoming weeks.
Now, who is this next float that we have here?
This is the Cub Scouts. That's Pack 301, and that is their float this year in the parade. Looks like, is it little cars?
Yes, it's little Matchbox cars.
Oh.
I know one thing, Megan. I had some popcorn last night, and it was so good.
Was it?
Yes, because it was Cub Scout, Boy Scout popcorn.
They popcorn.
They sell popcorn.
and the Girl Scouts do the
sell
cookies.
Yes, so I didn't have the popcorn patch on last night.
Behind the Cub Scout, we had the 2014 Little Mr. and Miss Jax Benton and Mallory Littrell, who is a friend of my niece. Her and her mom were in that float, Angie. They were waving to us.
And then we have the Greyhound Pets of America. They were so pretty and dressed in their Christmas sweaters. Did you notice
Yes,
that?
I did. They were very festive. And behind that is the St. Paul's Episcopal Church, who is very active in the community with their float there. It's like a little church.
Yes, And I am so proud of what the Episcopal Church is doing downtown with the refurbishment of their
Yes.
building. They are putting a beautiful new roof structure. They redid their steeple and everything.
It's
last year.
beautiful.
It's really an enhancement.
It really is, definitely. And then this is the Eastview Baptist Church float there with the nativity scene, and then it looks like the Christmas tree. I don't know if that's supposed to be Grandma reading to her kids, but what a beautiful, beautiful float.
We have actually, I think, a reindeer that looks a little bit like Rudolph dressed up there. Then we have Mr. and Miss Freshman, James Savage and Elizabeth Schneider, excuse me.
And nothing says Christmas like bass fishing there. We have our bass fishing float, the Henderson County. I've never actually, have you ever seen a boat like that in the parade?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
And this is a new program, I believe, that they have at the high school, a bass fishing club.
all
It's a
right.
nice looking boat. Now, I wouldn't want to be on the Ohio River today with
Oh,
that boat.
absolutely not. Well, maybe we're going to take a quick break and listen to some holiday music, and we'll be back here shortly with more coverage of the Christmas parade.
Thank you, Megan. Welcome back live to the downtown Henderson, Kentucky Christmas Parade for 2014. It's a beautiful day, and the weather is holding out, and we are in the middle of a big parade here. Lots of people, and we see right now we have little Mr. and Miss Henderson County Fair. Jamez Fleming and Chaz Otis in a beautiful red sports car are going by. We want to thank our sponsors today, Colonial Assisted Living, Jimmy Blair, the staff and residents of Colonial Assisted Living and the newly completed Colonial Court Independent Living Apartments. Wish you a warm and cozy holiday season. May you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Jimmy, for sponsoring the live parade here and the simulcast online on WSONradio.com. It is much appreciated.
And we want to thank you all, maybe too, and Vaughn Insurance for your sponsorship of the parade this year.
Thank you. It's a great idea for us to take this big picture window that we have here at Vaughn Insurance Agency and open it up to do this. It's a great idea to have a pop-up studio of WSON in downtown, and it is our privilege to do this for our community.
Well, we certainly appreciate that, Nibby, and we've had a great time. This pop-up studio is a wonderful idea, and we've seen lots of people walking by and waving to us, and lots of fun here. Here's our Cub Scouts Pack 4 from Niagara, and here they are waving to us. I love how they see like us in the window, and they're like, "We gotta wave to the studio."
One of the things that people can do if you're waiting for the parade, either past us or ahead of us, you can tune in live on 96.5 FM and listen to WSON, or tune in on WSONradio.com and listen to the internet feed as well.
I think we have some more Cub Scouts coming up. They have a pop-up tent on their float there.
Want to remind everyone of the hashtag. I know a lot of people are taking pictures of today's parade, HKY Parade.
And nothing says downtown Henderson like the train that's passing by right now. We can hear that outside our studio.
Megan, do you know how many times the train goes by in one day?
Have you ever counted it?
On the average, the train goes by 50 times a day.
That is quite a bit. All right. Oh, we have actually a musician here playing in this next float. He's playing the guitar.
Live music.
Yes.
Now, what float actually is that, Megan?
That is a brownie troop there. We're seeing an assortment of Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and brownie troops here in the parade. Here's Troop 4658 of Girl Scouts wishing us a Merry Christmas from their reindeer truck with the reindeer ears on it.
Looking at the list here, it's unbelievable that we have over 100 entries in today's parade. That says a lot for our town.
And 6 of the floats were recognized for their float and their creativity in holiday season. We've already seen 3 of those floats, and we have 3 more, including the #1 winning float.
What was the #1 winning float?
It is Bengate Elementary, so I'm excited to see their float. And nothing says Tri-Fest like a lemon shake-up.
Yes. And there's Mr. Coursey. Actually, he's sitting in the Lemon Shake-Up booth with his picture on the outside of it. Mr. Coursey's been a part of the Henderson City Lions for many years. When I was a child, I remember Mr. Corsi and his work for the City Lions Club.
And here we have the Henderson County Schools. We're seeing the different signs from the schools, such as we saw the Bulldog earlier with South Middle School. We have A.B. Chandler, Jefferson, Spotsville, Early Learning Center, all there featuring their mascot or logo for their Henderson County Schools.
And walking behind the float is our new superintendent of schools, Morgana Stanley. She's right with them.
And then we have the Chandler Cheetahs from A.B. Chandler Elementary, which is where I went to elementary school. And we have another person singing there. He's playing the guitar. And their float is a lighthouse theme there, and the balloons representing the water. And there is a tractor.
Henderson County is definitely a farming community. And the tractors and the horses and all the farm stuff is a part of our parade.
When I was little, Nibby, I always looked forward to the very end when we got to see the horses. And I know you went out to the Blue Moon Stables and to their Christmas last week.
Last weekend, yes, the Blue Moon Stables out in what I call the sloughs of Geneva. Actually, it's a Cardin address. Had a wonderful event out there, and they're continuing. Check them out. Google them, Blue Moon Stables in Henderson, Kentucky, and you can see all the events that they have going on for Christmas.
I think that's ugly Christmas sweater.
Beauty and the Beast, March the 26th at the Henderson Fine Arts Center. That's South Heights Elementary. They're doing a show apparently at March the 26th, Beauty and the Beast.
And then now we have Spotsville School. That's their AJ Casey. That's your elementary school there. They're also being recognized for their achievements. And it's great, Nibby, to see that these schools are, and we're certainly proud of what they're doing, but to let the community know of how they're doing and how they're ranked as a school.
Now we have the Henderson North Middle School Band. I like how they put the bands throughout the parade routes so you get a good mix of floats and bands.
I love the color guard, and their flags have snowflakes on them. How festive for this time of year.
Snowflakes and actually some glitter material involved in the making of those flags.
And they don't have gloves. I don't see very many gloves on them, Nibby. The fingerless gloves. We'll have to invest in those for them.
It does look like the drum people have more gloves on than those who are playing
I do
those
see
cold
that.
metal instruments.
I do see that. They're doing a fantastic job there with the Christmas parade. And there's still opportunity. We're talking about the schools and the children. The Volunteer Information Center does an Adopt a Family program or at Christmas time. And if you would like or are interested in that program, you can still call the school's Family Resource Center by December 10th to get the information in to have your child or your family adopted, and they do preschool to high school.
Delivering the Santa Spirit. Now this the what unit is this? This is a school bus.
That is.
That is, exactly. And this is the second place winner of the Christmas parade for 2014. Wow, they've done a great job. Jeff Corsi is the new transportation director for Henderson County Schools. What a good job they have done putting together a float. One of the things I've observed here today is a lot of family members bringing their senior members of their family down to the parade rep and blankets and stuff for them to enjoy the parade. We've got several people sitting around our location here all wrapped up, some people in wheelchairs, some people on walkers. They brought them down. That is great to get people out of the house to see this annual event here.
And I do apologize. I'm not sure what school that is, but they're doing the Polar Express float in one of my favorite Christmas movies. And certainly they have lots of students. It may be Cairo Elementary there, but it was a beautiful float. Oh, no, here's the Cairo. Oh, that was Ben Gate with the Polar Express. So they did a fantastic job. And here's the Cairo, and their mascot is I love seeing the mascots this year.
We want to thank our friends at Square Yard Carpet. Hope that they wish for us a joyous holiday season and wish health and happiness to everyone. Carol says she wishes to take this opportunity to tell everyone to enjoy the treasures of close family and friends. Merry Christmas from all of us at Square Yard Carpets.
The Cairo Elementary had another Frozen float, so that is the second themed from the movie Frozen, which is one of my favorite Disney movies now. I love the music and I think of any age have enjoyed that movie. Here we have the North Middle School Band and Cheer performing. And nothing says you have the marching bands and also the cheerleaders performing in every Christmas parade.
You know, Megan, I believe this is the first to have the parade simulcasted not only on the internet, but as well as the radio. We've attempted a couple of times to do internet, but many times the radio station has not been able to do this particular thing as having both of these things going because of sports events that the radio has to broadcast. So this is really cool that we can do that.
We're very fortunate to have this local radio station like WSON here to do this, to do the community lineup of the parade. Like you said, usually there's some other event, but to have this local connection here to cover the parade is fantastic. Dancing reindeer, Nibby, that said North's dancing reindeer there in their float.
Definitely see a community spirit going on here in our downtown today with all the people out. It's Tracy.
Lots of waves, lots of friendly faces and smiles.
We saw our county attorney, Steve Gold, walk by. He was ducking because he thought he was going to be in the TV feed.
He most certainly did.
And what is this?
Girl Scout troop here. Do they have cookies they're giving out in
Oh
those
my
bags?
goodness.
Uh-oh. I think it's my...
Okay.
It's ribbons or scarves.
Becky Durham.
Oh, we love Becky.
She's got her Christmas hat on, walking behind the Girl Scouts. Becky does a lot for our community and the Presbyterian Church.
Absolutely.
Now we have some Cub Scouts coming up here. I want to wave to the Cub Scouts.
I think I've noticed maybe a lot more children involved in the parade this year, and it's fantastic to see the adults volunteering with the children and just seeing all the community support here at the parade.
I want to remind everyone after the parade is over to stay downtown and shop at some of our local downtown stores. They will be open after the parade.
There's Miss Alicia Sheridan with the Thelma B. Johnson Early Learning Center, and what a fantastic job that school has what they've accomplished and what they're recognized for. And they're snowmen, and that is a beautiful float.
We have some more. Looks like these are cheerleaders. What school are they from? I don't recognize their colors, but they sure are doing a great job. So they're cheering down.
I believe that's Jefferson.
Jefferson School.
Yeah.
Yes, there's Carla.
Colors.
Yes. Yes, that is a float full of Jefferson kids.
Oh, and there's my friend. Yep, right up there. My friend that teaches at Jefferson is actually helping, I mentioned earlier, the play that I'm helping direct, the Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and that'll be December 13th at 6 p.m. And we have in that play, Nibby, lots of kids from the different elementary schools in town participating. It's going to be fantastic.
Now, where will that actually be performed at, Megan?
It's going to be performed at the Henderson County High School there in their auditorium, and it's at 6 o'clock, and if you want to catch that show, it's about an hour. And then after that, you can go to the Henderson Fine Arts Center and do the Holiday Pops concert, and that is going to benefit Habitat for Humanity, and that's at 7.
Wow. There's always something to do in Henderson, Kentucky. You're never bored around here. If you are,
They need to talk to us.
They need to come and sit next to us.
And they have another group of clowns, the River City Clowns.
Clowns are always a part of the Christmas parade. Now, I believe we might have a set here of some historic vehicles. There's a really pretty Chevy Impala.
The classic cruisers.
I wish I could say the names of all of these cars. Do you know them, Megan?
You know, maybe I'm not really, I don't know cars very well as I should, but this is a Ford. I can tell that because it's written.
That is yes, it is a black Ford. And it is beautiful, restored, just seems like to perfection. Glad they want to be a part of our parade.
Absolutely. And you always see, it seems to be by the East Gate, you see a lot, during the summertime, a lot of the Ohio Valley Cruisers park there and sharing their cars.
And also out at Shoney's. They congregate out there. And then in the spring, we have a car show downtown that pretty much takes about 3 blocks full of these historic vehicles.
Well, I love antiques and all that preservation, but, you know, being a car collector is certainly like preserving our history and our past. We talked about buildings being preserved, but certainly we are fortunate to have so many people wanting to preserve these antique cars.
Well, these people have done a great job of that. Do you have a sponsor to talk about, Megan?
I do. Well, first of all, we want to thank you all again for your sponsoring today's parade and being here. It's been so much fun doing the parade coverage with you. We also want to thank our sponsor at Colonial Assisted Living, Jimmy Blair, the staff and residents of Colonial Assisted Living, and the newly completed Colonial Court Independent Living Apartments. Wish you a warm and cozy holiday season. May you have a very Merry Christmas.
We still have some more cars coming by. This is a purple truck and an orange, that looks like a Dodge of some sort.
Like a pumpkin.
And a Chevy. I know more of these cars than I think I do. And I'm starting to see some of the kids walk by that were in the other float, so that means that the parade possibly has completed.
Now, the parade route actually starts, do you know what the whole parade route, Nibby?
Yes, I personally believe that the parade begins right at the railroad bridge overpass. Now, some people might dispute me on that, but as a child, that's where it actually started. It goes all the way down to Washington Street. It takes a left on I believe it goes to First Street. It takes a left on First Street and takes a left on Elm Street, and finishes at the railroad bridge overpass at on Elm Street.
And you love to see that, as it finishes, but it's still continuing. So then if you were in the beginning of the parade, you're able to enjoy the end of the parade with your family and friends down here in Henderson. And we have more antique cars here. This one has a Harley Davidson logo on that with the engine exposed.
Had some people that were talking about on Facebook this morning when I asked the question. I'm going to take just a little bit of break here and give you the mic, and I'm going to look up what some people were saying on Facebook about their memories of the Christmas parade, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, Megan.
I think that is fantastic, Nibby. We're continuing to see more of the classic cars here downtown Henderson, and the festivities is certainly alive, and people are enjoying the parade since we missed it last year because of the weather. But there's lots of events happening. At Christmas in the Park will be, you can visit with Santa downtown 1 to 3, and that starts December 14th. You can do that, and they'll have hot chocolate stands and Christmas displays, and Santa will be down there today as well. A children's nutcracker will be performed on December 14th, and that is going to be at the Henderson Fine Arts Center, presented by the Henderson Area Arts Alliance Family Series, and that will be, tickets are $11, and that is at 3 p.m.
There's nothing like memories. Keegan O'Daniel said on Twitter that he liked about the Christmas parade of his path: loud sirens, Santa, rains of candy, smell of horse manure, miniature orange clown cars, hot chocolate with marshmallows in the park. Thanks, Keegan, for that memory. Tim Price, he said that he was eating breakfast at the Sidewalk Cafe this morning. And Lisa Cox said, even though sometimes she dreaded it at times, marching with the North Middle School and later the Henderson County High School band was some of her best memories of the Henderson Christmas parade. And then Jolene Onan chimed in and said it was an all-time favorite of hers, meeting the family at the O'Daniel's Flower Shop to watch the parade together. This year, 4 generations, including me. She shared a picture on Twitter. Maybe Jolene will go back and share that with the hashtag of HKY Parade, and other people can see that memory of her sharing all 4 generations in front of the Henderson County Christmas parade. We had a little pop there.
We had a backfire. It's the Mustang Club. They're coming up in the parade, and then certainly they're coming up with a bang there with that backfire. Now we're seeing a classic car decorated with some Christmas lights and garland. One of my favorite things, Nibby, is Christmas in the Park. I've loved that every year since I was a child, going down there and seeing Central Park with all the lights and the Christmas tree, and certainly being at the Christmas parade. And 2 years ago, that was actually an inspiration when AJ and I wrote a radio play for WSON from the heart, and we had it start at the Christmas parade with the families. That's how the radio show started.
It's amazing how the internet is reaching out to people that have grown up in Henderson, Kentucky, and might be afar right now. I see via Facebook that Emily Seitz Fife is able to watch the Henderson Christmas parade.
I went to school with Emily, so Merry Christmas, Emily. Oh, this car has snowflakes on it. Very festive there. And there's lots of events happening downtown. The Christmas time at the library will be December 15th, and that's at 5:30. And you can visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus, make a keepsake Christmas craft, prepare reindeer food, treats, and complete an indoor story walk of the night before Christmas, which they did that story walk on the riverfront earlier this year, and I thought it was fantastic. So they're going to do that indoors at the library on December 15th at 5:30. And you can also check out their artwork on the windows there.
So many cool events going on in Henderson. Well, another memory that was shared on Facebook, Carolyn Dorsey, and I'm sure Carolyn is probably listening and watching from her shop memories, past and present, and her yarn shop over there today. What she shared is that she appreciated watching the parade with her dad and getting so excited when the bands played that it made her cry. And of course, we know her father is Don Harrison. He was a major part of the renovation and making downtown Henderson and what it is today. He is past us, but he is still quite well remembered in our community. Rhonda Cravens Richard, she said one of her favorite memories was standing outside of Home Crafters and with beside the Smith-Hart Insurance Agency with her family. Her daddy would bring the ladder out and she could stand on it so she could see the floats. That's a memory that Rhonda has about the Christmas parade. Says she never missed it as a child and even went down the morning that she got married to see the Christmas parade.
Look at this float here, Nibby. It is love, hope, and faith, all things that we cherish there in those Christmas boxes. And then you see the nativity scene actually from, it looks like the Bible or the Christmas story there. A fantastic float there. And that is, I'm going to read the Keith's float, I believe, or the First Methodist Kids float there. I believe that's the First Methodist Kids float because behind that we are seeing the Extension office.
Do we have a sponsor that I can talk about here?
Absolutely.
Colonial Assisted Living. Jimmy Blair, the staff and residents of Colonial Assisted Living in the newly completed Colonial Court Independent Living Apartments wish you a warm and cozy holiday season. May you have a Merry Christmas.
And we have the UK Extension float here from the Extension Services, and I think that is very fitting that the John Deere is pulling the Extension float there, and we're seeing the 4-H Club and the other programs represented at the UK Extension office, which they do tons of community programs.
We have Dick Wom over there handing out something. I bet it has something to do with maybe airplanes? No?
That's right. I'm not sure.
No, I don't believe that is who I thought it was.
We have a partnership here with the First United Methodist Church in Bengate Elementary, and we're seeing one school, one church, 1 hour, one child, and that is a program that they do, and they're there on their float waving to the crowds. There's
our town photographer, Mike Lawrence, with the Gleaner. I'm sure he'll capture some incredible shots for the newspaper and their online services. I like to see a lot of the folks in the crowd either wearing their reindeer ears or their Santa hat out there. So not only if you're not in the parade, but you could still be festive as a spectator. Now, I'm starting to hear some sirens, Megan. Do you know what that means?
I know what that means. We're coming up on...
Now, this is cool. Now, you know how much I like bicycles. That is an elliptic go bicycle. And basically, it's exercising your whole body. It looks like possibly one of the Shriners is riding that unique bicycle. We have a float here from St. Vincent Assembly, 1576 4th degree, Knights Columbus. Now, they're out of... the Union, no, they're Morganfield, Henderson County, so there's several counties that they represent there, it looks like. Then we have Kentucky Adult Education. They're coming up. It's so nice to see people dressed up with their Santa Claus hats on and their red and all of the holiday colors. And here is our 4th place winner. That is Sweet Beauty. And I think we saw a picture of that earlier. We have there, it looks like Mrs. Claus and elves and bubbles. Wow. Now, somebody on Facebook was saying that was the queen of the Christmas parade on that particular float. That's quite unique this year. And you can see why it placed number 4 in the contest. Next up, it says we have Avon District 4955, or we might have Team Crawford, or the Tri-State Corvette Club. Wow, some
I
beautiful.
think we're seeing more classic cars here, Nibby.
Actually, it's the Corvette Club.
Yes.
But I am hearing those sirens in the background, so that
Our
means
fire trucks are coming, and you know who's always, well, it used to be Santa was on the fire trucks, but I think now they have him with the horses now.
it's like they're not only giving away candy, but it looks like they're giving away some towels or some type of flags across the street there. The Henderson County Nutrition Association encouraging people to eat healthier. Aren't you a part of that, Megan?
I think it is part of, we have a Healthy Henderson a coalition in Henderson, and anyone interested in just a healthier Henderson, and certainly they are a part of that around the table. And I think we're seeing that so much. Oh, look at this baby coming to wave. That is baby Stella, my friend Chris Wesner holding his baby there. Certainly we're seeing, I think, more people being active, especially with the riverfront downtown.
We have more children being a part of the parade. I agree with you, Megan. I believe there is a lot more kids involved marching in the parade. Of course, it might have something to do with not having a parade last year.
Maybe.
That more people want to participate.
That's right. And the weather. It's not raining. It's not too cold. So we've had a fairly nice winter season.
I think we have some more sponsors. Another sponsor page that we can talk about some of the sponsors. Square Yard Carpets. Your friends at Square Yard Carpets hope that this holiday season brings you health and happiness. Take this opportunity to enjoy the treasures of close family and friends. Merry Christmas from your friends at Square Yard Carpets. Thank you, Carol, and your family for sponsoring this parade initiative this morning. Lots of people, not just in Henderson, are enjoying the parade today, but we have several people that used to live here and are joining us via internet that are taking a part of the parade today thanks to your sponsorship.
This is the 7 Habits of, was it Christmas? Lots of kids on that float, I believe. Is that Niagara? That's Niagara Elementary.
Schools are participating in these health habits.
Yes.
7 habits.
With the catch program especially being implemented throughout the community. And following the Niagara Elementary, we have the Warehouse of Worship.
Now, they're doing something really cool. They're giving out stuffed animals.
And certainly that goes along with the alternative of candies. They're giving out stuffed animals here in the Christmas parade.
It looks like they have a van load full of stuffed animals to hand out. The kids are going crazy over that. That's the first time I've ever seen stuffed animals being given away.
And here comes some
parade.
motorcycles.
The Volunteer Information Center Christmas Clearinghouse. If the parent has a child in the school, contact the school's Family Resource Center for services for the Volunteer and Information Christmas Clearinghouse. You know, the Family Resource Centers in all of our schools do such a great job. I was involved in helping a family get signed up with Connect Health Insurance at Jefferson a couple of weeks ago, and I was so impressed with the women there at Jefferson and how their Family Resource Center was helping this family get the services that they needed here in Henderson.
And I think that's certainly a theme that we see in Henderson, is that people helping people, and we certainly see that through many programs. Now we have the Warm Center there with their float.
The Warm Center is doing such a great job here and helping women get back on track. You might notice them walking all over town, and we had a discussion this week as to why the women walk. And somebody said, well, is that, a punishment? No, it's just part of their recovery. They walk several different places from the Warm Center to Bennett Church in the East End, and they're doing a great job. We're so glad to have them here. Now we have fire trucks.
That's the sound we were hearing.
Zion Fire Department in Zion. They have some really nice looking trucks, and definitely our county residents and us insurance agents appreciate the services of our volunteer fire departments.
Absolutely. We're talking about being a volunteer in the community, and we certainly have to thank that in these smaller towns that they are volunteers giving their time and their dedication and keeping us all safe and sound.
There's a pumper truck from Hebbardsville. That looks like a new truck.
It does.
And they've got all the residents of Hebbardsville sitting on top there, and the Spotsville Fire Department and their truck. we really respect the people that volunteer their time. As Megan said, it's very important that we have those services in our county. I know that our county judge magistrate and the magistrates themselves are working hard to get more funding and help for our county fire departments. It's just a tough thing.
I think it's fun always to see the little kids here. We see some right now in the Spotsville fire truck, and there's Reed. How much fun would that be to ride in the fire truck in the parade? I never had the opportunity, but these kids are loving it, and they are waving right there. That's the Reed volunteer. And following Reed, we have the Cairo Volunteer Fire Department in their full gear, waving to the crowd.
I don't really think this is the end, by no means. I think we have several more to go after. We have another page. It's hard to believe that there is 109 entries in the parade this year. I wonder if that's a record number. It doesn't seem like that we've had that many in the past. Here's the Cordon Civil Defense.
I think that we've seen throughout the years more and more of floats joining the parade, and certainly that's something, the longevity of that, keeping this going consistently. I don't know, how many years has it been going on?
Well, I turned 50 this year, and I don't ever remember not doing this on the first Sunday in December. So it's been going on for a long time. It's very interesting. We're sitting across the street here from the house that I watched the parade. 324 North Main Street is where my namesake, Mabel Nesbitt McLaughlin, lived. And when I was a small child, we would sit over there and watch the parade in the early 70s. It was as big a deal as it is today here in downtown Henderson. We have the Henderson City County Rescue Squad, and we want to wave at them because we really appreciate their efforts. They get called so many times to our riverfront whenever boats get in trouble, and all hours of the day and night I've seen them come in and help people out. Even in the cold weather, they get called out and to go rescue boats.
Absolutely.
Not only Henderson, but clear up to the Twin Bridges. Now we have Roberts Community Fire Department, another new-looking fire truck.
And certainly we can see the kids already covering their ears up. It is quite the noise having all this many fire trucks and rescue trucks here. But we are certainly grateful and give our appreciation to all that keep our community safe and sound. Being a river community too, we have a lot of boaters out. So it's good that we do have such a strong river rescue presence.
It does look like our crowd has kind of gone down here in the 300 block. I think as the parade goes on, people kind of shift and move to other areas of the downtown, and we want to encourage you to stay in downtown this afternoon. Don't just leave. There's lots of shops that are open and restaurants that are open in our downtown community, and basically the stores that are on the parade route have to shut down during the parade, so we want to be sure that we use them this afternoon after the parade ends.
That's right, and just to check out all the decorations, not only at Central Park, but in your downtown businesses and restaurants. At the cake stand, I don't know if you've seen her Christmas tree in there, but it's huge. It's a real Christmas tree, and I saw that yesterday, and she said it was from North Carolina. It's a beautiful tree.
I need to go in there and check out Dina's Christmas tree. I haven't seen that. Now, don't we have some information here, Megan, about Santa in the park and the tree lighting that we can share with the people?
We do. Unfortunately, with the weather, the tree lighting was rescheduled last night, but it will be immediately following the parade here, is what I've been told from our news director, Bill Stevens. And there will be visits with Santa starting today down in Central Park, as well as hot chocolate stand and Christmas displays, and I have the time as 1 to 3 p.m.
Great. I want to talk about on December the 16th, the Star of Bethlehem will be at 6:30. It's a science and religion presentation by Reverend Jim Wooford of the First United Methodist Church. Also on December the 16th, North Middle School Choir's Winter Concert, and that will be at McCormick Hall at the Henderson Fine Arts Center. And South Middle School Winter Choir Concert will be at 7 p.m. that same day at South Middle School.
Now I'm seeing some of our industries and local businesses here represented in the Christmas parade. We saw the Brentag Mid-South semi-truck, as well as the the Brentag Mid-South, as well as another display of a local business here in Kennergy as well.
want to remind people, too, not to forget about the long-standing Henderson event, the Alice P. Taylor Candlelight Service, which will be at 4 p.m. this Sunday, tomorrow, at Holy Name. And it is a joint presentation of the Henderson Area Arts Alliance and St. Anthony's Hospice this year. And Matthew Vanover came up with a wonderful lineup of musical guests for this inspiring service. So we want to mark that on your calendar to attend that as well.
I need to borrow this Kinergy truck because I have a Christmas tree big I want to decorate. But you see their bucket truck there, and Santa's riding on that. But yes, the Alice P. Taylor is a beautiful service. I did after I was in band for several years. I did end up joining choir in high school and was a part of that, and it was a fantastic program at the First United Methodist Church. Oh, here comes the horses, my favorite.
Wow, we have little horses and big horses.
And a dog. Lots of dogs this year, like you said.
It's always nice that our city workers come back and work and clean up the messes that's made after the parade every year. We don't ever want to forget and thank the city workers. They bring the street sweepers in and encourage everybody to pick up your paper along the parade route.
That's right. We're seeing different organizations. That was the Cheyenne's Hope Farm and the Bluegrass Standard Breed Retirement organizations represented. And a lot of folks, we're thankful for these programs that do, especially with our thoroughbreds and our race horses, that they are retired and wonderful opportunities there. And that is the Bluegrass Retirement Organization. And I believe that's heebie-jeebie, like the heebie-jeebies.
I want to mention some activities going on December the 15th, the Christmas time at the Public Library. Henderson County Public Library visits with Santa and Mrs. Claus. They will allow you to keep a keepsake Christmas craft, prepare reindeer food, treats, and complete an indoor story walk of the night before Christmas. Ages 12 and younger are welcome to attend, and you can register for that event on the library's website at hcpl.org.
And we see the Braco industry here representing with their trucks and their dump trucks, followed by the Matthew 25 aid service.
There's Cindy Burton and her doggies. I think that she has, what kind of dog does she have?
It's a greyhound.
It's a greyhound. Okay, I didn't want to say it incorrectly, but they're all waving at us. I have to get Cindy and Luther's attention. There's Dinah. Thank you for waving at us. They're stuck behind the dump truck. We say a big shout out to Matthew 25. Wow, what a ministry and a service that they have given to Henderson.
We are so fortunate here. We talked about the volunteers, but we have so many different nonprofit organizations that help others here in Henderson. We've mentioned already several, but we're very fortunate to have that here in town.
Yes, we are. We do have an upcoming concert at the Fine Arts Center, Point of Grace.
Yes.
So ladies from Nashville are coming into town this week, and if you would like tickets for that concert, it's Thursday night. And you can call the box office at the Fine Arts Center and say that you want tickets. And I just see some family members walking by trying to distract me from what I was saying there, Megan.
Well, my family parked themselves right in front of me, so they haven't distracted me yet. My sister, Jennifer Preston, there is with Mesker Park Zoo. She's development director, and they're actually having breakfast with Santa tomorrow at the zoo. And I believe there's still time to get tickets. So if you wanted to go over to, really it's in Evansville, but it's so outreach to all the tri-state to go and visit the zoo. So that'll be tomorrow morning.
Went over there this summer and really enjoyed the exhibits and what they're doing at Mesker.
We have the Shoney's there. We talked about the classic cars earlier being part at the Shoney, so it's very fitting that he is here with the classic cars. And we do want to thank our sponsors again of today's program and Square Yard Carpet. Your friends at Square Yard Carpet hope the holiday season brings you health and happiness. Take this opportunity to enjoy the treasures of close family and friends. Merry Christmas from Square Yard Carpet. Jimmy Blair, the staff and residents of Colonial Assisted Living and the newly completed Colonial Court Independent Living Apartments wish you a warm and cozy holiday season. May you have a very Merry Christmas, and a big thank you to you, Nibby, and everyone here at Vaughn Insurance for sponsoring today's program.
Thank you, Megan, for that. I want to people are probably Christmas shopping today, and I want to tell them about a really cool gift idea. By the Henderson Area Arts Alliance, they are having a sale. You can get 3 shows with a 25% discount. If you call out to the Fine Arts Center, and their box office is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and their phone number is 270-831-9800, and you can get single admission for 2 shows for $50. That would be for the Peking Acrobats and the Shadows of the 60s show that will be there at the Fine Arts Center in March of next year, and the Peking Acrobats will be there in February of next year. That's a great gift idea for people here in Henderson to give as tickets to the Fine Arts Center, the shows.
Absolutely, and I love those kind of gifts that are kind of more non-traditional, but they're certainly meaningful this time of year. We have one on-time, almost said one times, but on times, 1 hour heating and air conditioner, and that's the service that you will need this time of year when it's cold, and their Christmas in the Christmas Parade. Followed by, we have another float coming up by Coleman Shoe Repair, and how fitting that they are Solman. Yeah, they have a boot. And actually, I've had to take 2 pairs of shoes there for them to fix, and they did an absolutely fantastic job.
They have moved locations here in the past few weeks.
Well, I was wondering, so where they were located now.
They're now located at 1201A South Green Street. They used to be here on South Main, but they have moved, and they do a great job with their shoes. We have Rogers Jewelers, and they're walking in the float. I believe they're handing out some candy. No, diamonds, right. That'll sure get everybody on Main Street.
They are handing out some flyers and information, some coupons for your holiday shopping. And certainly this is a perfect day to do some holiday shopping. And why not start here in downtown Henderson, have a bite to eat, and do some shopping and enjoy the holiday season.
I've been told by several merchants that they are open after the parade. Not only the merchants, but the restaurants will be open, and they would like to see you come in and say hello to them.
Now this time of year, you certainly want to start lighting your fireplace and keeping warm and cozy. And now we're seeing the Corson Fire and Security. So they have fire alarms, fire extinguishers, and security systems. So just in case you need a fire extinguisher, they're actually blowing one right now. You can see it.
Oh my goodness! They're showing what a fire extinguisher is capable of doing. You know, I was talking just a minute ago about the group that's coming to the Fine Arts Center Thursday night, the Point of Grace. They'll perform at our Fine Arts Center a holiday tour. It's called Home for the Holidays. It'll be Thursday night, December the 11th at 7 p.m. and tickets are on sale. The Point of Grace will be offering a beautiful holiday show. If it would be a great gift to give your employees, your family members, or friends, take them to a show at the Fine Arts Center. And Greg is saying they're expecting a sellout, so you want to get your tickets now online, or you can call the box office at 10 o'clock on Monday.
You know, we're fortunate, too, to have such an arts, really art-centered community. There's so many art programs, opportunities for those here in Henderson to enjoy the arts, and we're certainly so thankful for the Area Arts Alliance and other organizations that provide arts here in our community. Here are the horses. You can see all the different beautiful varieties of horses here and the people riding those. I actually took horse lessons a little bit when I was little, and I need to get back on the saddle, right, so to speak.
Yes, and they leave their Christmas gifts right in front of us.
And we saw Santa. He actually wasn't on a horse this year, but he was on a convertible car. He just passed by right in front of the horses.
Wow, I miss Santa.
I know.
I was talking, of course.
I know. Sometimes we just have to really look for things in the Christmas magic and the Christmas Santa. But here's the Henderson Police, and actually I think it's about time to end our parade. But we do want to thank all of our sponsors, Square Yard Carpet, Colonial Assisted Living, and Vaughn Insurance. And your friends at Square Yard Carpet hope the holiday season brings you health and happiness, and take the opportunity to enjoy the treasures of family and friends. Merry Christmas from Square Yard Carpet. And thank you so much. Did you enjoy this today?
Gosh, I thought it was going to be you don't have to look here and see what time it is. It's almost 11 o'clock. I have to say, this was a fast parade. I'm used to them being a little bit longer than this, but I have had a really good time here with you, Megan, and doing this live simulcast broadcast not only on the radio but on the internet, and it's cool to see.
Here comes the cleaners.
City workers are already at it. You can't beat the City of Henderson street sweepers. They sure take care of downtown. And thank you again, Megan. And I believe this concludes the 2014 parade.
It certainly does, and it was so much fun here this year. And thank you again, Nibby. You did a fantastic job. And thank you, AJ Casey, for being here, our tech guy this morning. And Bill Stevens, yes. And we have had a great time, and we're gonna, I guess, call it the end of the parade. So thank you. We're gonna go back to Bill Stevens at the studio, and we wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.